What's up, my little goblins? Welcome back to my channel. It's Remy, or welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about like the books I want to finish before the end of the year. That's pretty much it. So we're going to start with the books I'm in the middle of right now. So I'm currently in the middle of Hothouse Flower by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I was reading this in a finishing series video that ended up not getting posted because it was corrupted and messed up. So yeah, anyway, I finished Kiss the Sky and I'm in the middle of this currently. I'm a little over halfway through, actually. I have 200 pages left, so I'm hoping to finish this week probably, and then I'm also in the middle of the 7-Year Slip, which is also on my 2024 TBR for the 24 books I want to read in 2024. So I'm getting that checked off my list. I am 60 pages into this. Those are the only 2 books I'm currently in the middle of. I do want to go through books that I personally would like to finish by the end of the year. And then we will talk about the books that are on my left on my 24 books to read in 2024 TBR. This first one is Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. My friend Marie, go subscribe to her channel. She really loves this book, and I found this at my library. So I want to finish it and get it back to my library soon. But it looks pretty easy to read. Like, a lot of the pages are like emails or like conversation, or like sometimes they're just like spaced out words all across the pages. So I think it'd be a quick and easy read, even though it does look thick. It's apparently about AI or something, but it's a part of a trilogy, so I think this will be really good. The next one is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I have heard so many good things about this book since I started my channel, so I really wanted to read this in October. It's very much giving fall vibes. October, November probably is when I'd read it. So the next books I want to finish is the rest of the ACOTAR series. I am a little less than halfway through ACOWAR. My lovely friend Val, go subscribe to her, is trying to give me motivation to finish ACOWAR. I have said in other videos that ACOWAR has been really slow for me. It's been like my least favorite read of the series so far, even though it's some people it's favorite. It just wasn't mine. She said that where I'm at, the action is about to pick up. I just have to read past where I'm at. So I'm hanging on to that because I need it. And I want to finish this before Elaine's book gets announced and released, because I want to be excited with everyone and go and get the book at Barnes and read it when everyone's reading it. So I just want to finish this, and I'm really excited for A Court of Silver Flames. Everyone says that this book is so good, and I think the little snippets of Cassian and Nessa that we get in Asimov was super cute, and the little snippets we've got of them in the beginning of ACOWAR has really intrigued me and made me excited for Silver Flames. So I am really excited to finish this. I think that me taking a step away from ACOWAR probably helped. I do remember everything that happened in the beginning. I think I'm just going to have to reread the chapter that I'm in the middle of. But it's been really good. I don't want people to think that it's an awful book. Like, it's not. It's just was a really hard read for me, and it kind of, I don't know if it's because I was reading too much fantasy at the time or what, but it kind of just put me in a slump a little bit. I was really excited for the action and the actual war part, and this prepping for war in the beginning is just really slow for me, and it's not my favorite. The next book I would like to finish is God and Monsters by Shelby Mahurin, to finish the Serpent and Dove trilogy. I was going to read this in my series video, but I was short on time for the video, but then I didn't even get to post it, which sucked. Like, I was doing so well with that video, and some clips got deleted and some files were corrupted and it wouldn't even export. Then I was fixing the files that were corrupted and it still wouldn't export. So I was really upset. I made such good time for that video. But I really would love to finish God and Monsters. I have the audiobook on Audible. I probably going to listen to this, I want to say November. It's giving me November vibes. Honestly, the audiobook is not that good. I don't really like the narrators. Like, the female narrator is fine, but the male narrator for Reed, I don't like his voice very much. I don't like the voice that he gives Reed. And he just sounds like a mumbled, like, whoa, 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 like, voice, and I cannot understand him half the time. So I'm just going to probably have to sit down and read this one. But the ending of Blood and Honey was so good. I'm like so excited to get into this. I did read a little bit. I read 25 pages of this, and oh my god, I'm so excited to finish this. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope everything goes right, or it's going to end tragically. I don't know. I'm scared, but I'm excited. The last book I would personally like to finish by the end of the year is Matthew Perry's memoir, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. I love Friends so much. If you don't know that about me, Friends is my comfort show. I watched it with my little sister so much in like high school, and I just love this show so much. And I just, oh my god, there's a Ford by Lisa Kudrow. I didn't know that. That's gonna make, I've been putting this off because I know it's gonna make me cry. I want to read this. It's really short. I'm excited to read it. I also have the audiobook on Audible, which he narrates, so I'm really excited to listen and read this at the same time. I'm definitely gonna cry. I know that I am, so. Oh my god. This picture of him as a kid on the back is so cute. It says, "That's me eating a rock. I gave that up in my mid-30s. He's so funny. Okay, let me gather myself. Now I need to get through this whole big sack of books. I have not really gotten that far into my 24 books of 2024. I purposely put a lot of my physical TBR on there so that I could get through my physical TBR, but I don't think it's worked very well. So these are in no particular order. This is just in the stack. So I got Final Girls by Riley Sager. I hate this book. Look how tiny it is. I ordered a brand new copy of the Final Girls, and they sent me a used copy. And I think I've talked about this in other videos, but it like makes me not want to read it, and also just irritates me how tiny it is. But at the same time, it's like it's giving mass paperback 90s like horror vibes, and then I like it at certain points, but then I'm like, then I heard such bad reviews about this book, and then it makes me not want to read it. So I don't know, maybe I'll read it in October, because I don't know, maybe, I don't know. So then we have The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I'm so excited to read this. It's just very long, I feel like, for a romance. Yeah, it's like over 400 pages, and you know, depending on the romance, I guess. But there's always like a hit or miss with Lauren Asher's books. Like I knew like the F1 racing series or Throttled, all that's just, that was definitely like you loved it or you hated it. This I've heard overall good reviews about this series. So that's the reason why I decided to read this series. I have the first book and only the first book, but I do want to read this. And then I would be able to read the other two on my phone and then be able to physically buy the copies. The next book is I Fell in Love with Hope by Lynn Cali. I remember when this came out as like an indie paperback. I wasn't drawn to the cover, and I never picked it up. And then I saw this at Walmart, and I was like, this is gorgeous. And I realized what book it was, and I was like, oh my god. Covers really do everything, bro. And I'm excited to read this, but also I feel like it's going to be sad. Yeah. It literally says heartbreak on the back. So the next book is Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I really want to get into this, but I was like trying to avoid fantasy because I thought that was the reason why I was in a book slump. So I haven't read this yet, but I heard that it's like an enemies to lovers, fantasy, like high risk type of thing. So romanticy. So that's the reason why I bought it. So I really want to read this. The next book that I want to read is The Appeal by Janice Hallett. When I was in community college, I found this book in a little library on campus. I opened it, I was looking through, I thought the cover was very interesting. So I decided to grab it and I put in one of my own books. So yeah. I hope that it's good. I hope it's not boring. But the cover looks super cool. Like, I love the blood splatter, and I don't know, I really like it. The next book that I would like to read is A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. Again, this is very big for a romance, and I heard it's a bully romance. It's like over 500 pages. And I was really excited to read this when I bought this at the store. Like, I love the cover. But then I found out it was a series. So this is the second book in the series. So I need to read the first book. And I actually love the covers. I think the covers are super cool. This whole series is on Kindle Unlimited. So I think I'm going to read the first book on Kindle Unlimited, then read this book physically. I just hope I like the series. Because if I don't like the series, then I'm not going to want to finish this book. I'm not going to want to read it. But I've heard mixed reviews about this series as well. I just hope it's not too YA. I hope it's not cringy. I just am really worried the longer I put this off. The next book I would love to read is Fairy Tale by Stephen King. I bought this book for me and my friend to buddy read, and then we never got a chance to do it. And I just really want to read this. This would be my first Stephen King novel. I loved It, like the movie It as a kid. I loved Pet Sematary, The Shining, like I loved those movies. So I really want to get into his books. I would probably be impossible, but I want to get through his backlist. But he has so many books. He's written so many books. But I want to get through the books that I really want to read by him. Which I saw this one when it first came out, and I was like, oh my god, this is gorgeous. Like, I need it. I think the premise is really cool. So I grabbed it at the store, or I grabbed it off of Amazon. I bought 2 copies for me and my friend. And she was reading one of his books from the library. It was the one with the cat on it. Something Bleed. So I don't remember. I'll put it up on the screen. Yeah. Anyway, I want to read more Stephen King, really. The next book I would like to finish is Things I'm Seeing Without You by Peter Bogdanany. This is a part of some books that my friend let me borrow. The same friend I bought the fairy tale book for, she let me borrow some of her books. I let her borrow some of mine. We both have not read the books we let each other borrow. I read one of her books recently that she let me borrow. But this is one I need to finish them so I can ship them back to her. But yeah, it's I'm assuming it's like one of those heartbreak romances or something where her boyfriend dies or something. This is the vibe it's giving me. The next book is Happy Place by Emily Henry. Once I finish this, I would have caught up on Emily Henry's latest releases. I do kind of want to go and look at her other releases before Beach Read got popular, because people are saying that her other books are really good and they don't understand why she just now blew up. I think honestly it could be the covers. The Beach Read cover is super cute, and I think a cover is everything, really. And that's why you see these more cartoonish type of books are getting more popular, because they look appealing, they look cute, they look like they're going to be some rom-com-y, adorable, cute romance, and that's what people want. So if the cover isn't giving that, then they're not gonna read it. But I also think before she didn't really write super cute rom-com-y romances. But I don't know, I'm excited to read some of her older books. But I'm excited for this book. There's some people say this is their favorite Emily Henry book. There's some people saying that this is their least favorite Emily Henry book. This is a second chance romance, found family type of situation. And they decide to break up, but they're going on a vacation with their friends, and so they don't want their friends to know that they're breaking up, so they pretend to still be in a relationship during this vacation. Jesus, I can't speak. and I guess decide to fall in love again. I don't know. It seems interesting. I love second chance romance. Literally one of my favorite romance tropes. So the next book is Lore by Alexandra Bracken. This is like a mythological fantasy. Assuming it's Greek because it looks like Medusa. But this is another one of my books that my friend let me borrow. She loves mythology, fantasy, so mythological fantasy books. So she thought I would like it. I love fantasy. So the next book I would like to read is Carmilla by Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu. I butchered that. This is the book that inspired Dracula. It is a sapphic vampire romance, from what I've heard. I tried to read it. It has illustrations that I think are super cool. I am excited to read this. I am going to be reading this in October because I want to read Dracula in October. So my plan is to read this, then read Dracula, because I want to see like the little, how it inspired Dracula. Like, I want to see the little parallels, you know what I'm saying? And it's super short read. It's like 100 something pages. And the like words are never super long or anything. Oh, I can't show that on YouTube. See, like the margins are really big. So like there's not even a lot of words per page. So, but these illustrations are super cool. I keep seeing like different versions of this book, like hardcovers and like collector's editions, and I want them so bad because I feel like I'm going to love this book. So the next book that I want to read is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I want to read more classics, especially because I'm going into university next month. Oh my god, I want to read more classics, especially because I'm going to be an English major and I'm going to probably have to read them anyway. So, and so many books reference Wuthering Heights and I have never read it. Oh my god. And I know some people have to read it in high school, but I never had to. I never had any reading in high school. Like, in my English class, I don't even remember what we did. We did not do any reading in my English class in high school. So, yeah. Wuthering Heights. Very excited. The next book I would like to read is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I really want to get into this Chronicles. The Shadowhunters Chronicles. I really want to get into this. I have a whole like series tracker thing, like a whole separate series tracker thing in my Notion just for this Chronicles. And my friend let me borrow the first book that she has of the Mortal Instruments series because I didn't know that it was a Chronicles and there was a series before the series you're supposed to read. So I'm so excited. The next book I would like to read is The Priory of an Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. This is a behemoth, bro. This is like the width of my whole hand. And I was going to read this in June. It did not happen. I was not feeling it. So I've been trying to steer away from fantasy, and I have been told that this is a lot of world building in the beginning because it's like an high epic fantasy, which makes sense. And I usually can understand world building, but I don't know if my ADHD brain can handle like 300 pages of world building. So I'm really scared to go into this, but I'm so excited because there's dragons and look at the cover. It looks so cool, and I don't know anything about this book, but I want to read it so bad. This is just the last book I physically have that I would like to read by the end of the year, and that is Curious Tides by Pascal Lascelles. This cover is gorgeous, dude. It's about this girl who's not supposed to have powers, and she does. So yeah. Now I would like to talk about the books that I do not physically own that I would like to read by the end of the year. The first book would be Twilight. I want to read the whole Twilight series. I just don't know if that's going to happen by the end of this year, just because I have so many books that I am prioritizing above those. I don't even physically have the series. I've been really scared to buy the whole series because I'm worried I'm not going to like the first book and I'm not going to want to read the rest of the books. But I've also heard that the books are way better than the movies, and I've only ever seen the movies, and I really don't even remember the movies that much. I just remember all of the cringe scenes.
You imprinted on my daughter?
It wasn't my choice.
She's a baby!
Anyway, so I've been really scared. I want to do a thing where, like I'm doing with the ACOTAR series, where I do a reading vlog for each book and do full spoilers to talk about my thoughts of the book, because everyone's read the Twilight series. And then I want to do a book versus movie video with the books, so with each book. So I'm really excited to do that. I just don't know if it's going to be this year. I might have to do it next year. I really wanted to do it in fall. I'm thinking about doing it in November, but that's also like where holidays and my birthday is, and I just don't know if I'd be able to. But I feel like if I dedicate that month to just the series, I might be able to. The next book that I would like to read that I don't physically have is The Assassin's Blade for the Throne of Glass series. I will be reading this first for the Throne of Glass series. I have done my research. I don't care about your opinion in the comments. The literal author has said to read Assassin's Blade first, and there's so many people that have said reading the Assassin's Blade third or fourth slows down the momentum of the story and it makes it boring, and I do not want that to happen, because if I'm bored, I will stop reading. So I'm going to be reading Assassin's Blade first, and then I'll be going into Throne of Glass. I do want to read that after I finish the rest of the ACOTAR series. I don't know what it is, but in my brain, the ACOTAR series is first. And if I don't read that first, then I can't go into Throne of Glass. Those are the only two that I don't physically have. So I guess that's it. I don't really have anything else to say. I want to sincerely apologize for this month being literally awful. I had so many videos planned for this month. I was going to post 2 times a week. I was going to have like a short, like a sit down video plan, and then a video that took me a week to film planned, and like post them, film them the week before, and then post them. I was so excited to do this, but the freaking YouTube gods did not want me to. I literally would film something, go to edit it, something go wrong, the audio wasn't right, like you couldn't hear me, or it just, like, I'm going to have to figure out the best way to film in this apartment. I think that was my biggest issue. I'm just going to have to figure out the best ways possible. So please bear with me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all the wonderful things you know how to do. And what books would you like to read before the end of the year? I want to know. Maybe I can get some book recommendations for next year, because I have way too many books. Anyway, have a wonderful week. See you next time. Bye.